In this video of the Summer Summary Series, I want to show you how you can start taking more control of the court, or at least making sure that your opponent doesn't have control over it. The reason why this is so important is because I think, especially watching this summer, the player who has control of the court will probably win 70 to 80% of the points just by having control of the point. Usually the player that's playing super defense, at a pretty high level, will probably not win the match. Now, I know I'm talking to a lot of different levels, so if you're dealing with pushers, again, the pusher's controlling the point, but in a different way. And I'll explain a little bit of that today. So, what's really important about controlling the court, or at least taking control away from your opponent, is what I call decentralizing or centralizing the court. Now, obviously, central, middle of the court. Whoever controls the middle of the court gets what I think is the biggest advantage of play. By controlling the middle of the court, let's say if I'm a very forehand dominant player, which hopefully you're working on becoming, is that I can choose if I want to go forehand cross court or forehand inside out. I have enough distance because I'm in the middle of the court that I have enough margin to go to any side I want. Compared to, let's say, if I'm in the backhand corner over here and having to hit cross court versus down the line. By being in that position over here on my backhand side, if I go down the line, I have less margin, I have less court to hit into, and I have to make sure that I hit a good enough shot because I'm leaving the rest of the court open. Okay? This doesn't happen when you're in the center court. I can hit over there and I have the same amount of distance to run as I do over here. Where if I'm on my backhand side and I hit it down the line, suddenly, if I don't hit a great shot, guess what? Bingo! They're going to run the crap out of me, and I've lost control of the center of the court. Now, how do we centralize the court for you and decentralize the court for your opponent? First of all, I think of centralizing the court using your forehand. And these are the reason why I would start centralizing the court using my forehand. Your forehand is going to usually have more racketed speed. Okay? You can do more with your forehand. You have more reach. Okay? So this also allows you to run around your forehand a little bit more. And if they do hit it to this side, you have more reach to get it. Compared to, obviously, I don't think you would want to run around on your backhand side to hit a shot, even if your backhand's better, because guess what? You have less reach on this side. So if they do hit it to that side, guess what? You're going to be in trouble and you've lost control of the center of the court. When I think of centralizing the court to take advantage of my opponent, I think of constantly, how can I use my forehand to do one of two things, or maybe even two things at the same time? First of all, I want to start focusing on their weakness, okay? Whatever shot that might be, if it's a backhand, I'm going to start centralizing the court and focusing on hitting to their weakness. Second of all, I want to focus on moving them, and if I combine it, I want to move them to their weakness. So I might centralize the court by being in the middle and hit it inside out, and then work it from a cross court and continue to work the movement to help their stroke break down. Whenever you add movement and weakness, the stroke will break down and you will get a shorter ball that you can start attacking. Now, if you're on the flip side, let's say your opponent is starting to centralize on their side and decentralize you off of your side, what do? Well, you got to get the ball out of the middle of the court. And this is the constant battle that you see a lot of players at a high level play, is getting the ball out of the middle of the court. If they do hit the ball in the middle of the court, they do probably one of two things. They hit it hard and deep, or they hit it high, where making their opponent have to move back and give up court position. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. But by moving them back, if they hit it high, very easy tactic, well, it neutralizes whatever effect they have. So if they do go to this side or that side, you have more distance, so the opponent has more time. So back to what you need to do between this battle of centralizing and decentralizing. If you're on the decentralizing, the opponent's attacking you and keeping you out of the middle of the court, your first goal is to get the ball out of the middle. So that means the very first ball they hit you, if they run you to your forehand side, you need to make sure this next forehand is cross court and favoring on this side, not cross court. Well, it wouldn't be cross court in the middle, but you don't want to hit it back to the middle, because now you set them up to centralize the court on their side and run you and continue to decentralize, meaning pull you away from the center of the court, meaning that they have more opportunities to run you. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. Now, I was talking about the sense of you're playing a pusher. What does a pusher do a lot of times? How do they control the point? Well, a pusher's number one tactic is to make sure that you have enough opportunities to miss balls. Okay? How they centralize the court, or I shouldn't really say centralize it, but how they take away the center of the court from you, is that usually the pusher hits the ball high in the air, bounces in the middle, and it goes back really deep, pushing you back. So even if you do have, you're centralized, you can't do anything because you're so far back. How do you overcome this? How do you kind of decentralize the pusher? Well, when you move back, you do the exact same thing. You hit it high. If you have the ability to hit topspin, hit it high and heavy back to them, and then scoot inside the court. And when they hit a ball a little shorter, that's when you start the process of getting the ball out of the middle, and then you start working them. Same thing. If you add movement and then hit it to a weakness, or just even add movement to the pusher, you're going to get short balls, which give you opportunity to move forward. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. Now, below, I'm going to leave a link for my brand new course called Forehand Court Control, which goes over exactly how to use your court to basically decentralize your opponent and how you can control the court using tactics that really put you in control of how you're moving your opponent, taking advantage of your opponent's tendencies, weaknesses, and a whole lot of other things. So I'm going to leave a link below to that brand new course I'm coming out with, and I hope you enjoy it, because that will really show you how to take your forehand game to the next level by showing you the strategies and tactics you can use to win more points in games and matches. Okay? So this is Kevin Garlington. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like below if you did, and go out and play tough.